Hi everybody, it's Lisa with Junk Journal Gems. Thanks again for joining me. I'm starting a new project, and how better than to start a new project with friends. This gives you an idea of kind of the flavor of what the journal is going to look like. It's going to be more, I hesitate to call it masculine inspired, but it is. But that doesn't mean it's for men. Sometimes I like doing these because they remind me of the guys in my life. So these are fun to do. I just ran up the stairs and I'm out of breath. But I already pulled together the signatures, and I on a couple of these signature covers just to add some strength. I'm using some of the, I put it away, the Tim Holtz, here it is. The Tim Holtz Dapper paper pad. I think you can still find these. So I'm using some of those. And just a variety of book pages, male-inspired, hunting, fishing, workshop-y, all the things that the guys in my life think are cool and like to do. So it's just a fun thing to give my brain a little something different to work on. Now, I've made a journal in the past with a journaling kit called, let me pull it out. It's from Sweet Pea Curiosities, and it's called Blueprints. And this is one to go out and get if you want to craft along with me. I'm using some of these pieces with what I'm making here. So this would be a great alternative if you don't have blueprints. Don't be going out finding blueprints. You don't have to do that. Certainly if you have them, this would be a cool way to use them. Otherwise, get this digi kit. I've been wrestling with my printer. Look at this. At first, it wasn't printing any of the blue shades at all. I have a Canon G6020 with the ink bottles that you pour into it. But it was printing fine, and the other night it stopped printing. I was printing off a bunch of digitals that weren't related to this. So I cleaned everything, had it going, was able to print one off. You're a witness. I printed it off. It was going great. And then it stopped doing it again. So I guess this is my plea. If anybody knows what is going on with my printer or has an idea, please say something in the comments. I'd love to hear from you because I just finally had to shut it down. I couldn't handle it. But I am also using some blueprints that I have when I left hanging out of the printer. And then these are from ephemera pieces that I got from Sacred Mementos. These are from a railroad company. And I think there's more in these too. But in this journal, I'm going to use some of the ephemera from the railroad company too. I just think it's going to be super fun if I can get my printer to cooperate with me. So, yeah. But in the meantime, I can have fun making some of the pieces. And one of the pieces that I started working on is I was making a little ephemera bit to go inside the journal, and I was trying to figure out which side I wanted on the inside or on the outside, and I couldn't decide. Maybe I want it like this. Nonetheless, I cut out, these are just pictures of men from old books. Like, this is one of the books that I'm constantly stealing pictures from. It's the American Heritage Book of Great Historic Places, and it's got all kinds of really fun images in it, and that's what I use this book for. You'll never guess who this photo is of. If you know who this is of, add it in the comments box below. I'll be curious to see if anybody knows. Person from history. A dark side of our history. I'll give you that one hint. Okay, so, what do you guys think? This side is the inside or this side is the inside? I don't know. I think, you know what? It doesn't matter. Why am I toiling over this so much? We're just going to do this. Make decisions, Lisa. How can I be so decisive at work? But when it comes to crafting, it's all of a sudden a really super big deal. I'm just gonna, these are the back pages of the little square cardstock pages on the Tim Holtz pads. And I just cut out 3 squares that appealed to me. Neighbor is building a new house and he's constantly going back and forth on his 4-wheeler back to his parents' house to get things. Oh, to be young again. I don't think at my age now I could build a house again. I don't have it in me anymore. Couldn't do it, I don't think. You know what? I think I already cut this one. I just made up my mind. It's gonna go this way, you guys. Because I started cutting this one down so it'll be smaller. I also moved a few things around in my craft room. Now I'm gonna have to get used to having things in different places. Okay, so you just take, this will be the cover, this will be the inside, so that's why that's got to be a little bit skinnier. I'm going to cut another little slice off so that you can fold it over on itself. Oops. Without it catching when you go like this. So I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit too. Because see, now it's hanging over. I don't want that. Oh, perfect. Perfect. And then I thought about rounding the corners on this. I always have to be careful not to bump you too much because I have the camera or the iPad mounted on my craft cart. And my craft cart next to me is where I have all my punches, or I should say punches that I use most frequently. So if ever you're jiggling, that's probably why. Okay, I like that. And then the idea was, I kind of had the thought that it'd be kind of like either a little booklet or like a locket when you open a lady's locket, only this is a booklet with men's pictures in it, and then we can do a little notepad right here. I think that'd be nice. So I hope you're all having a good weekend. I'm filming this on Saturday. I had off yesterday, but oh my goodness, I had a headache all day, and then I woke up again today with it. That's rare for me. It doesn't often carry over to the next day for me. So that was a little disappointing. But, ooh, today it was warm. Warm, warm. My husband is up north with some friends. One of his friends bought like a cabin or cottage or something, and they are up there doing some things to it. I don't exactly know what all it is that they're doing, but they're up there doing guy stuff, having fun, talking smart. He called a little while ago and I told him, I said, you know, I'm actually glad you're gone this weekend because I had the headaches. No sense in his weekend being ruined because I'm feeling under the weather. Okay, then I wanted, that's what happens when you clean up after yourself. All right, I've got in here these offcuts that I've coffee dyed, and they work so great for, here it is. I'm going to say about 2 3/4 is what we want it for width. Remember I said that, you're responsible now. 2 3/4 by, let's say 1 short of 3. 2 3/4 by 1 short of 3. What is this? Width. So close, but yet so far. 2 3/4. By 1 shy of 3. I don't think that end is even. So we will make it even. I binge watched, since I wasn't feeling good, I binge watched a series on Netflix. It's only had 1 season, and I was so sad when it was done. It was so good. It's an Australian production, and it's about this lady attorney. It's called Fisk. You guys, you've got to watch it. It is hilarious. Hilarious. Why is that too wide? Because I went the wrong direction. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I hope they come back with another season because it is so funny. No, that one's going to be too short. But I'm not going to tell you anything about it. It's very well written. You got to watch it. So I binge watched that. And let's see, I want to say I watched something else, but now I don't remember what it was. It was a movie that, frankly, I thought was stupid. And it was called Blue Jay. I did not like it. Now, let's see. I've got 4 pages. How many do I want? I think that's enough. Otherwise, it's going to be too puffy. And then I need to find my little stapler. Right now it's got gold staples in it. There, that's fun. And I think I'm going to ink around the edges of this a little bit. And they're showing up a little too white for me. And I want this to be kind of grungy, vintagey. So just lightly grungy, not heavy grunge. I want to put something here. I don't know what the something is though. Just kind of looking around to see what I've got. Nothing there. Wonder if there's a little person small enough to fit alongside. That's kind of cute. Maybe I'll do that. Is there a skinnier one? Suddenly I have people everywhere. I need a skinny man. That's a skinny girl. Oh boy, I've got a lot of those girls. Nope. It might just be that little fella. What's this? No, otherwise they're, Oh, this guy's kind of cool. He's skinnier. I like him better. Plus, that's a little more contrast to show up. Yep. And I don't think I'm going to ink around him. Get out my Fabri-Tac. I was proud of myself. I got up at a decent hour this morning. Since hubby is gone, I was in charge of feeding his homing pigeons, so they got fed right away. And the dogs all got fed right away, and flowers watered. It's just crack-lackin'. Okay. Whoops. Almost lost this little honey. Okay, I like that. So this will fold. I want a little something here. Maybe I can find another little image, or on the cover I wondered about putting something like that. That might be fun there. So there's options. Excuse me. Let's see what we find in the book of images here. I know too. Where did I had open? What did I shut it for? Because I had it open to a page of boats and ships. Where are the boats and ships? Not that one. Not a paddle boat. Not that. like it's coming up. Well, maybe we'll have to go to plan B because I don't want to sit and look for. What happened to the boats and ships? They sailed off. But yeah, I like picking up books like this that have images of people because I do cut them out and use them. Woohoo! Too big. Ugh. Here it is. Maybe. Will that fit? I think it's a little big, but I'm wondering if I can cut a little portion of it off. Why not just try it? Why not? It's just a book page. From a book that I got at a thrift store, probably somewhere. I've had it for quite a long time. I don't think, no, it doesn't say. Sometimes I keep the stickers on them so I remember where I got it. Pearl, no. Since I'm home alone, I am at the hour here where the dogs feel like if a noise happens, when it gets to be evening, they feel like they have to protect me. They don't do it when my husband's home alone, but my gosh, if it's just me, it's a really big deal. Whoops. I can do a better job than that. Yes, last night they were so good, and I thought, oh wow, they're being so good. Outside they were listening to me really nice, so I thought, wow, I've really got it made here. I think it's going to lose a sail here. Sorry, hope you can still sail efficiently, but this is what's happening. And we might have to cut off just a skosh of the flag. No one will know except us. Shh, don't tell anybody. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. So like I said, I hope you can craft along. This is a fun way just to make a quick little booklet for ephemera to put into a pocket or clip on or wrap over a page. Now on the front, that would be fun. No. These are all fussy cuts that I cut out of the the Sweet Pea Curiosities kit. But this is some fun grungy coffee dyed sack. I think. We had some rain last night, which was so needed, and I think tonight into tomorrow, or is it tomorrow night into Monday? One or the other. It's supposed to rain some more, which is hunky dunky. Ooh, I like that. Then, what did I see? Heaven's sakes. Maybe a bit of this. We'll take a bit of Pennsylvania with some glue on my hand. And the blue on my fingers is me trying to fix my printer earlier. I have no patience for that kind of stuff. It just sends me to the moon. Okay, let's see here. This and this. I think, let's see. Trying to figure out how I want this. I like it all, but I can't have it all. I like that. Then I'll just cut off whatever is hanging over. That's what I'll do. Tack it down. Do my little tack it down trick. And we can glue down the whole thing. That is yummy. That is really yummy. I love this image. There. I like that very much. Get some of my schnibbles off here. That is cool. Okay, and it's not going to be so thick that I like that. Okay, this I'm going to set aside to include in the book. I really wish I had the copies, but because I want to include some just as pages to write on. But sometimes with the best laid out plans, right? One thing that I did in here somewhere is I made a big envelope out of a map, and then I just used blue ink instead of vintage photo to outline it. So we'll play with that a little bit later. And these are some book pages from the book that I'm using the cover from. It's a machine shop book. Other ideas of books that you can use would include things like, I had this book forever called Your Cabin in the Woods. I haven't pulled any images or anything out of it yet, but it has some kind of log cabin-y tool kind of images. That might be something. I don't know if we'll use this. We have a county in Wisconsin that's somewhat touristy, outdoorsy, has a lot of fishing industry history. So I have a book from there. And then there is just a book of numbers. It's of compound interest, and this is just excellent background to use in collage. A book about canoe camping. I thought this had more images in it. We may not use that. Then I had these. I took out some pages out of. It is a book with a lot of fish in it, but it has birds and other things in it too. So that's an idea. Other books I grabbed, I pulled for a page with a little ledger book, a time book, a pilot handbook, pilot logbook, and a ledger. So I put some ledger paper in there too. Now, one of the things that I also did, and I have this available in my shop. Let's see where I put it. Is this it? This is it. Okay. I'm going to just take it out and move this aside. But this is some road paperwork. I've got these pages available in my Etsy. They're nice, big, huge ledger size pages, 17 by 11 or 12. And what I did was I took one of these and I measured what my pages were to be in the book. And then I folded up the bottom so I had that page height that I needed. And then I cut out these pockets so that I have a little folio that I'm going to stitch inside the signatures. So I'll show you how I did that. This is one of those pages. Let me grab my big cutter. Okay, I've got my big cutter here. Got my page, and I'm just going to cut this edge off. And I'm trying to remember, I don't think I cut off anything else. And then let's measure height and width. Height is 8 1/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to measure this. I'm going to tell if I have this right side down or right side down. Right side up or upside down. 8 1/4. So this is actually the top of the page, but I'm just bringing it down so I can see where 8 1/4 is. If it's a little short, that's okay. I just don't want it longer than that. Does not look like I'm even. on. I'm having such a time. There we go. I think that's about right. 8 1/4. That's 8. Still struggling. There we go. Okay. Then we wanted this 5 1/4. So I just folded it in at 5 1/4. Oops, about 5 1/2 is what I did. What is my problem here today? Moving too fast. 5 1/4. 5 1/4. There we go. And the nice thing about this paper is it's pretty sturdy. It isn't crumbly. So you can, as you can see with what I'm doing with it, you can work with it. And then we want this to fold in over that. There. And then we have this piece that can fold in here, but I want to check and see where I'm at. Now, if it folds shorter, that is fine. Here we go. All right. Now, there's our folio, but you want to grab a scissors, and then where you have these folds here, you want to cut a little sliver off of the part that you have folded up. Because it will fold up much more neatly. We'll just cut a sliver a little wider at the bottom and cut up toward your fold mark. Just like that. See what I mean? It's at a slight angle. We're going to do the same over here. Did I get it all the way up there? Okay. It's okay to take a couple stabs at it. That's good. And then we will do this one too. Now with this one, I think what I'll do, is I'm going to cut this piece off here so I can glue that over, and then this whole thing becomes a pocket. So let's cut this at a slight angle. And then we're going to cut on this fold at a slight angle. Come on. There we go. So then that will be like that. Let's see if I have enough of this. I should. I should. We're about to find out anyway. And then I'm going to just use my tear ruler along the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and, whoops, drag everything across the desk. We'll go ahead and tear off the other ones just so I make sure I have enough to do what I want. Trying to make sure you can still see what I'm doing here. Might not have ripped down there far enough. We'll find out in just a second. Nope. So there's two. Now I need this third one. I'm going to use this painful reminder of how my printer wasn't cooperating. Ugh. I've just been struggling with technology. Come on. Can't we just be friends? Evidently not. Fine. There. Okay. All right. We've got our backgrounds ready to go on. Grab my glue book. Glue these down, and then we'll come back next time and decorate them further. How does that sound? Like a fun idea? I hope you join me in the craft. Even if your mail-inspired journal isn't, got blueprints in the background, you can do it travel themed, you can do it solely outdoors. I mean, shoot, even if the guy in your life likes barbecuing, you could be inspired by that. Part of what I wanted to somehow incorporate into this journal is my husband loves using his chainsaw. I don't know why. It's just, he loves it. So I wanted to be able to incorporate trees in somehow for him, in remembrance of him, even though he's still with me. I think I have these backwards. Do I? Doesn't really matter, maybe. I don't think it matters. But I thought that was nice that they play off each other. And these remind me, since they're like road construction blueprints and instructions of right-of-way. My husband works for a phone company in the department that plans the installation of all the cabling. And so they work with right-of-way all the time. So that just reminds me of him. Plus, I just like the print of it in collage. I mean, can you imagine? You'll have to go on my Etsy and take a look at some of the images of the pages from the transportation papers, because some of them are pretty cool. Let me get rid of that. Gotta get a drink. Whew, getting dehydrated. Dogs were barking a little while ago, right before I was getting ready to make the video, because of course this is a weekend and everybody's at the lake for the weekend, and there's one cottage just shortly down the road from us, and my goodness, that family has a lot of, I'll say 20 somethings, and you know, good for them, they're having fun and stuff, but man, they are always so loud. A lot of yelling goes on over there. Yelling, and you can tell they're having fun in the water and stuff. Swimming, and the girls are always screaming. And this can go over like that. Oop. I splotched. I splotched. I was watching hummingbirds out the window earlier when I was crafting, and there was a male that just was not having any of the other hummingbirds being at the feeder. He was shooing them all away. selfish little guy, right? Whoops. Let's see. Too bad that corner's kind of, well, we can do this. We can. Save that for collage. And let's see. Is that about the edge of it? A little more. And we can glue that strip down and we'll be ready to work on the rest of it later on. I lost my glue stick. But I like having this as a background to put things in the pocket. And then hold on and I'll show you. There, and then you've got the back of it to write on, and boom, you open it up, it's like, surprise! We can decorate some of the edges of this too when we get to that. So, more to come. I thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time playing along and seeing what we're going to be doing next. I hope you join me with the fun, and I will see you next time. If you like what you see, click the thumbs up. Hit subscribe so you're notified of future videos, and please have a great day.